Interdimensional Navigation and Cosmological Engineering. In the beginning we treated space as a stage and matter as the actors. But the deeper we look, the more the stage moves beneath our feet, pulsing, folding, singing in patterns we're only starting to hear. Imagine a universe, not as a straight line, but as rhythm, mass and space exchanging energy like a heartbeat, cycles of expansion, contraction, renewal. In this rhythm, entropy does not doom the cosmos. It resets. Black holes are not graves but phase transition doors. Time is not an arrow, it is a wave. If space-time is a compressible, quantum superfluid, then we can do more than observe it. We can shape it. Waves travel with low loss. Coherence emerges at scale. Vortices, folds, and lenses can be engineered the way currents are steered in an ocean. With the right frequencies, we don't fight space, we play it. To work in a medium like this, matter must become cooperative. Matter phase modulation turns solids into responsive instruments. Instead of heat, we use resonance, mechanical vibration tuned to phonons, electromagnetic fields tuned to electron motion, metamaterials that focus energy into a single pure note. Lattice soften without melting. Bonds relax without breaking. Structures flex under warp stress, absorb micrometeoroid shock, self-heal, and then recrystallize on command. The ship, the station, the gateway H, can adapt in real time to the tides of curved space. Where space-time bends, doors can be made. A traversable wormhole is not a miracle. It is a controlled topological transition. Identify a curvature resonance point. Wrap it in metamaterial shells that hold phase, damp vacuum oscillations, and anchor the geometry. Feed it energy in the exact rhythm the medium accepts. A throat opens, stabilized by feedback that listens to quantum noise and corrects before instability grows. Close the loop, and the fabric seals without a scar. Propulsion, reimagined, is geometry, not force. Compress the space ahead, expand the space behind. The craft rides a standing weave-a-warp envelope, whose edges are held by resonance-synchronized hulls. Time dilation fades because the vessel never sprints through space. Space moves around it. Course corrections are harmonic retunings. Change amplitude, shift phase, keep coherence, and you surf the cosmos, rather than plowing through it. Materials become the keystones of this architecture. Zitherium 7, X5 layers, working as one. Graphene titanium nitride, to take the hits and carry vibrational energy. Boron carbide and hafnium oxides to drink radiation. Boron nitride to move heat. A piezoelectric carbon-boron lattice to tame shear in warped zones. An insulated yttrium titanium core to hold systems steady. Alongside it, QRGTM at the nanoscale graphene titanium bismuth alloys, boron nitride, aerogels built for vibrational transfer, electromagnetic shielding, and thermal dissipation when dimensions themselves start to flex. Together they are not just armor. They are field modulators, phase-locked partners to the medium they sail. To turn theory into method, we build a place where space-time can be measured like weather. The Space-Time Gateway Station, an orbital laboratory with curvature interferometers mapping the fabric in real time. Bose-Einstein simulators rehearsing superfluid behaviors. Arrays of atomic clocks registering tiny temporal drifts across gradients. MPM bays reshaping hull panels and sealing them back to crystal perfection. Here we learn to open and close geometry safely. Here we test how a corridor of space can be made smooth. How a lens can focus signals across light years. How a standing wave can carry a vessel without tearing it apart. A unified language begins to form. Relativity supplies the map of curvature. Quantum field theory supplies the fluctuations and the coherence rules. Topology tells us how shapes change without breaking. Metamaterials let us write those rules into matter. At the intersections appear practical tools, frequency-responsive metrics for predicting warp thresholds. Resonance conditions that hint when a wormhole can be kindled. Feedback algorithms that hold a bubble's edge before horizons form. What we call anomalies begin to look like features of rhythm. Dark energy as the breath of a superfluid vacuum expanding in harmonic phases. Dark matter as the signature of torsion fields and space-time vortices that shepherd galaxies without shining. Black holes as entropy reset nodes that feed the universal cycle rather than end it. Parallel manifolds not as elsewheres, but as phase offset verses in the same cosmic song. Picture the workflow of a journey. A vessel idles within its dock. The hull hums as Zitherium 7X and QRGTM tune themselves to local curvature. Interferometers resolve the field ahead. The navigation core selects a resonance corridor. MPM units soften specific ribs and seams, pre-buffering for shear. The drive spools up, not a thrust, a chord. Space compresses before the bow, relaxes aft. The bubble forms cleanly. Time remains kind. The ship moves because geometry does. At destination, a gate can be opened. A wormhole throat, coaxed at a prepared node, its boundary held by metamaterial shells, its stability maintained by quantum feedback. Traffic flows through, symmetric in and out, like lungs. When the window closes, the throat thins, the field smooths, and the station's clocks drift back into perfect agreement. This framework is not a fantasy of breaking laws. It is an art of using them, aligning with the medium's own preferences. We stop forcing the universe and start harmonizing with it. We treat spacetime as engineerable, matter as musical, and energy as timing as much as magnitude. The horizon, then, is not simply distance, it is fluency. Can we keep phase in storms of gravity? Can we hold coherence when quantum noise rises? Can our materials stay tuned when heat spikes, radiation roars, and dimensions twist? With each experiment, each interferometric map, each clock array, each MPM rehearsal, we answer yes, a little more. In this view, physics becomes architecture. Navigation becomes composition. Infrastructure becomes geometry set to music. We build corridors of quiet curvature. We sculpt lenses and wells. We knit stations to stars with resonant threads. And we step carefully, precisely into adjoining verses of the same great poem. The universe is not a fixed stage. It is an instrument. Interdimensional travel, warp propulsion, programmable spacetime, they are movements in a larger symphony. Our task is to tune the hull, craft the instruments, and learn the score. When we do, we won't just cross space. We'll join the rhythm that makes it.